on deck so we're ready to go, that would be awesome. We'll put everything going. Okay, at the beginning, away we go. So here, like your head can be up a little bit more. Is that a good height? All right, you can see that. Which doesn't bother me right now. We're getting used to what we want to do. Let's do it again, and I want you to explore the phrasing with your left hand. Even if you just turn the left hand like this can show a great crescendo with really good players, which they are, and they'll respond. Okay. Your right hand, it's a little tight. Remember to hold the baton more like this, so that it looks like an extension of your arm, and wrap those under and tip down. Keep your tips together a little bit more. Okay. Let's try it again. And try to explore, keep your fingers together, and try to explore that phrase a little bit more. Okay? And again, exaggerate everything you see from her, please. And again, let's start right on time somehow. So we're going to figure that out. Discovering things. So you think you're showing a crescendo, and then you're thinking, why isn't that not working? But yeah, it's scary. It's scary. The reason is your left hand is elevating. We've got the elevator left hand doing this. So what we need to do is practice some independent exercises, and then an impulse of will and something I steal from Jerry Junkin at Texas. It's a great way to cause attention to the conducting that should have been happening, but hasn't. If they're not playing together with him, he'll just watch the tip of his baton with a look of, oh, really? Or if he's showing a crescendo and they're not following, he'll just look at his hand with a look of, okay, I can see it, can you? And it works really, it's really great. The nice thing is he doesn't have to stop and say anything. He does that and they respond, okay? So let's try it again. And let's try to have the left hand be a little bit more independent. That's something that'll take practice. Just left hand by itself, right hand by itself, and then putting them together. But let's see what we can do. Let's try. Okay, good. Yeah, go ahead, just she'll catch up. She'll catch up, that's fine. Are you getting enough tenor saxophone? Do you like the color of the horn? All these kinds of things. And I want to just address what's happening right now, which is beautiful. I love this part. You're up here. You feel self-conscious. You're in front of your peers. You don't want to screw up, although this is the class to screw up in, because that's when we all grow, which is great. So you're thinking a lot about yourself. You're thinking. And the more we think, the less we hear. That's something that we'll all, in our own ways, transcend. Because eventually, notebook, when you're on the podium, the thing you have to do the very most every second of the time is listen intently. And the more you think, and the more you self-evaluate, which is what you're doing, which is what you should be doing. You're doing everything exactly how it should be. The more you do that, the less we're able to hear, the less we're able to listen. if we don't hear, if we're not listening, then we don't know what to respond to. So we are very effective when we listen intently, and we train our ensembles to listen intently and respond to each other and to the conducting. It was very good for your first time. Comments, please. Call people by name.
Jesse.
When you breathe for us, it'll be more effective if you breathe through your mouth so we can see it rather than through your nose.
Okay.
So 2 things to address. Notebook. That's a great comment. Sometimes vocalists and sometimes string players will breathe through their nose. They do it on purpose because they want to really feel the breath, and there's more resistance. I totally understand why you do it. There's more resistance when you breathe through your nose. Now, as a string player, the amount of air that you take in as you breathe affects your sound, but it doesn't directly affect the sound.
Right.
Like it does with a wind player, like the bow stroke. If you don't take a very good bow stroke, that's going to affect your sound. So for a string player, you can get away with breathing through the nose. Okay? I'm going to say all this the right way. As a vocalist, there's no way you can. Because if you breathe through your nose, your phrase is going to be a beat and a half long, and it's not going to be very good. So here's the reason why we breathe through our mouth. We can take in more air quicker, more silently, for those 3 reasons, if we breathe through our mouth rather than breathing through our nose. Okay? The other thing I wanted to address was a word that you used when you breathe for us, when you breathe with us.
Okay.
Think of it that way. So as you're a drum major, as you're conducting the marching band, don't breathe for them, breathe with them. And that will change the way that you take in your conducting, or take in your air, and the way that you show a downbeat. Okay? Think of with rather than for. Okay? Nice job! Yay! Who's next?